divinely revealed. The miraculous reason for your single journey in 12 days to a major shift. Anna sat on the edge of her bed, the cool winter air wrapping around her like a thick blanket. The small wooden cross hanging on the wall shimmered in the fading light, a constant reminder of her faith. But faith was starting to feel like a heavy coat with too many layers. For weeks, she had wrestled with feelings of isolation that gnawed at her heart. Every Sunday, she recited prayers and sang hymns with others at the church, but the joy felt distant, like a star shining far away. Your single journey is not a void, but a holy preparation, a stranger at Bible study had said just days before. These words would echo in her mind, a divine whisper cutting through her confusion. Could God truly have a plan for her, even now? As her son lay feverish and weak, the room dimmed as doubt seeped in like a creeping fog. Anna flipped through her Bible, searching for solace, her heart desperate for a sign. And then there it was. A sudden warmth flooded her chest. "Lord," she gasped, "I need you more than ever." On the seventh day, just when hope felt like it was fading, she found herself in the buzzing atmosphere of the church hall during a community meeting. The flicker of candles cast gentle shadows as she poured her heart out, revealing her struggles. Around her, the faces of fellow believers softened with empathy. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue back in the warmth of the church. Anna felt a stir in the air, a magnetic pull drawing her to the stranger who had spoken. Their eyes met, and in that brief exchange, the world fell silent. "You are not just waiting," the stranger said. "You are being molded for something glorious." The congregation murmured in reverence, sensing the weight of the moment. Had God sent this message just for her? Anna felt tears welling in her eyes, each drop a release of the burdens she carried alone. But doubts danced in her mind. Why in tea she found love? Why had her life turned out this way? As the 12th day approached, Anna faced a crossroads. The warmth faded, being replaced by a creeping chill. Her son's health swung like a pendulum of hope and despair. Could she truly believe her challenges were leading her to a greater purpose? Just then, she felt a surge, as if a gentle breeze whispered in her spirit, and suddenly, her son's fever broke. A miracle. The realization ignited a fire in her heart. There was a call, a higher purpose, just waiting for her to embrace it. Anna took a deep breath, steeling herself against the unknown. What divine plans lay ahead? As the church bells chimed and the congregation stirred in worship, Anna's heart raced, ready to step into the uncertainty that beckoned her. What magnificent transformations awaited her just beyond the veil? Anna stood at the threshold of the church, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and fear. The warm light spilling from the stained glass windows painted colors across the stone floor, illuminating her path. This was a moment rich with promise, yet shadows of doubt still lingered at the edges of her mind. As she stepped inside, the warmth embraced her, mingling with the scent of lavender from the candles flickering on the altar. People moved about in a joyful hum, chatting, laughing, and sharing. Yet Anna could feel that deep ache within her, the longing for connection that had tormented her for so long. "Why do I feel so alone in this sea of fellowship?" she thought, biting her lip. But before she could sink into despair, the stranger's words echoed again. "You are being molded for something glorious." A flutter of hope ignited within her, vibrant and alive. In the back, she noticed a group huddled together, sharing burdens and prayers. They were intertwined with joy and vulnerability, an intricate tapestry of faith woven through shared experiences. Anna felt a pull, an urge to join them, to open her heart. With a gentle push from unseen hands, she crossed the room, her feet feeling lighter than they had in weeks. "Can I share?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The group instantly quieted, eyes turning to her, filled with understanding. "Yes, please," one woman replied, her gentle smile creating a space of safety. Encouraged, Anna poured out her fears, her struggles, and her journey. They listened intently, nodding in solidarity, as a unity bloomed between them. And there, in that sacred moment, Anna experienced an unexpected shift. Each time someone offered a word of encouragement, her spirit lifted. "You are powerful," one man said. "Your story itself is a testimony." With each affirmation, the heavy coat of loneliness slipped away, piece by piece. Gratitude welled up in her chest, expanding like a warm wave washing over her soul. Here, she was not merely a single woman lost among many. She was valued, seen, and understood. But as the evening sky dimmed, a pang of anxiety crept back in. Could she really claim this new identity as part of a greater calling? Would others truly see the beauty within her struggles? Just then, the pastor's voice boomed through the sanctuary, breaking her reverie. "Tonight, let's take a step together into the light of hope," he declared. His words washed over the congregation, wrapping them in a blanket of divine love. Anna felt a sudden surge of faith. "God, if this is the path you've laid out, then guide me." Tear-brimmed eyes looked up to the heavens. Her heart became a vessel, ready to be filled with purpose. As worship began, she joined in the chorus of voices, each note a declaration of her newfound resolve. But suddenly, an uneasy thought whispered in her heart. What if the pain returned? What if she faced challenges again? The worship leader stepped down, inviting anyone in need of prayer to come forward. Would she have the courage to share her burdens again? As Anna hesitated, she felt her heart racing. Was she ready to embrace the unknown, to trust in the miracle unfolding around her? And yet, amidst the uncertainty, a flicker of grace ignited. This was her journey, her holy preparation. With trembling hands and an eager heart, Anna stepped forward. Could it be that the true miracle was only beginning? What would divine revelation unveil next in her life? As Anna stepped forward, the world around her began to fade. She could barely hear the soft strains of worship behind her. The atmosphere thickened with expectancy, pulling at her heart. The pastor looked down with an expression of warmth and patience, recognizing the spiritual trembling that enveloped Anna. "Come, dear one," he beckoned gently, as if sensing both her fear and her desire for freedom. "You're not alone in this." Each step felt heavier, yet vital, like she was walking through a doorway into a promise. The congregation's gaze rested upon her, not with judgment, but with hope. It was a collective aspiration for healing and growth. She could feel the warmth radiating from those who had stood where she now stood, as they, too, had once carried their burdens. Anna reached the front and paused, taking a deep breath. Her heart raced and her palms were sweaty. "I feel lost, like I don't know my purpose anymore," she admitted, her voice wavering. "What a beautiful revelation!" The pastor exclaimed, his hands open wide, welcoming her honesty. Each moment of uncertainty is a stepping stone towards clarity. God speaks in the silence, in the struggle, guiding us to something greater. The congregation murmured affirmations, their faith weaving a cocoon around her. Anna felt their strength pulling her up, lighting a spark within. She continued, "I want to believe that there is hope in this journey, but the fear of failure lurks in my heart." "Fear is just a shadow," he responded, a glimmer in his eye. "When light shines, shadows retreat. Trust in the process, trust in the waiting. God does not waste a single tear shed. Everything has purpose." As he spoke, Anna closed her eyes, allowing his words to wash over her. The movement of the Holy Spirit was palpable, a gentle breeze swirling through the sanctuary. The prayers of those surrounding her harmonized into a symphony of faith, echoing her own struggles and desires. It was in that moment, surrounded by voices carrying her fears to the heavens, that a warmth emanated from her very core. She realized that she wasn't just sharing her burden. Her vulnerability was a channel for divine strength. The pastor smiled knowingly. You are being refined, Anna. Each trial is shaping you for the next season. Trust that the masterpiece is emerging from the clay. Tears began to flow freely, each drop a release of pain, doubt, and loneliness. But unlike before, they felt cleansing, revealing a renewed sense of hope. She lifted her face to the heavens, murmuring, I choose trust. I will wait deliberately. In the ensuing moments, the congregation gathered closer, placing hands upon her shoulders and praying fervently. Each prayer felt like a thread weaving together their collective hearts. The air buzzed with electric anticipation, illuminating Anna's path forward with bright potential. When the prayers concluded, Anna opened her eyes, feeling lighter yet more grounded. A vibrant energy surged within her, transforming fear into courage. She turned and faced the congregation, nudged by a gentle force. Thank you for holding this space for me, she said, her voice steadier now. I am learning that my journey is a shared one. As Anna stepped back to join her newfound family, she felt different, as if a veil had been lifted. She was not just here to receive, she was also here to give. The weight of her isolation began to lift, replaced by a commitment to embrace community and purpose. And yet, deep down, a question lingered. What could unfold in her life now that she had dared to step into the light? Little did she know, the call for her next step would arrive more quickly than she anticipated, challenging everything she thought she knew about her path. Would she be ready for the adventure God had in store? With newfound strength pulsing through her, Anna settled back into her seat, a sparkling openness lighting her eyes. The congregation returned to their worship, voices merging into a chorus of devotion. The familiar hymns bore a deeper meaning now, resonating with a warmth that flowed inside her like a gentle stream. As she sat, Anna cast her gaze around the room. Each face told a story, some etched with joy, others shadowed with pain. In that moment, she understood. Everyone was on their journey, each one threaded by single strands of divine love. She felt a tugging in her spirit, a beckoning towards the tapestry of shared experience. Suddenly, a hush fell over the congregation, pulling her focus back to the pastor. He stood tall, his presence commanding yet filled with grace. God has a special messenger among us today, he announced, a child of encouragement who has felt the stretch of faith in her own life. Anna's heart raced at the mention, a mix of apprehension and anticipation coursing through her. The pastor motioned toward a woman standing at the side, a former participant in the church's outreach programs. I invite Eliza to share her story. Anna watched as Eliza approached the front, her demeanor calm, yet a spark of passion ignited her words. There's a time when I, too, felt lost in the shadows, she began, confidence surfacing as she spoke. But in my despair, I discovered unexpected love waiting to embrace me. The congregation leaned in, eager to hear how God had transformed Eliza's heart, not just through her struggles, but through the very act of unraveling them. With each word, Eliza painted a picture of God's faithfulness. She recounted moments of doubt turned to prayer, of isolation met with community, and of divine purpose emerging from the simplest acts of kindness. Anna listened intently, feeling Eliza's story weave into her own. There was something stirring within her, a realization that in sharing pain, there existed the potential for monumental change both within herself and others. It was a flicker of understanding that perhaps her own unrest held elements of beauty. As Eliza finished, a jubilant applause erupted, echoing through the walls of their sanctuary. The elation and gratitude in the room surged like waves, drenching Anna with a sense of belonging. She could see it clearly now. This was not merely a collection of individuals, but a family interconnected threads of faith, each weaving together to form a strong bond against the world. Yet amidst this joy, a thought crept back into focus. What was she being called to do with her own unraveling? She felt nudged, as if something awaited her beyond the comfort of the moment. The service concluded, and as the congregation began to disperse, Anna lingered. She approached the pastor, a burning curiosity in her heart. What if my journey could mirror that of Eliza? What if I, too, could become a guide for others? The pastor regarded her with understanding, his eyes sparkling like the morning sun. Then trust the calling, Anna. Your story, your journey can be a beacon of hope to others. Transform your fears into strength. Anna's heart aflame, teeth clenching in determination, she took a step back. I want that. I want to help others learn that they can transcend their hurt, too. In that moment, she caught a glimpse of her next adventure. Would she finally embrace not just her healing, but also the task of being a harbinger of hope? But just then, an unexpected message chimed on her phone, a number she didn't recognize, but something about it stirred excitement in her spirit. Who could it be? The anticipation curled around her, a youthful thrill mingling with uncertainty. What awaited her next? Would this call shift her journey into something she had never imagined? Anna clutched her phone, a sensation of warmth spreading through her as she lightly traced her thumb over the screen. Whoever this was on the other end had somehow ignited a spark deep within her. Gathering her breath, she pressed the green button and brought the device to her ear. Hello. A soft yet firm voice resonated through the line. It was a woman. The familiar tone contained an essence of empathy, almost as if she knew Anna's inner turmoil. Hi, this is Anna. I'm not sure who you are, she replied, curiosity mixing with a hint of shyness. I'm Lily, the voice replied warmly. I found your name through our church outreach program. We connected a bit with people looking for encouragement after Eliza's talk today. I thought perhaps you might be interested in joining our mentoring group. Anna felt an electric jolt of excitement dance through her spirit. A mentoring group? This was undoubtedly an opportunity designed just for her. The very essence of the call resonated with the desires awakening within her heart. I would love to learn more, she exclaimed, unable to contain her enthusiasm. Great. We meet every Tuesday evening. We share stories, pray together, and discuss how we can support one another, Lily shared, her voice warm and inviting. I believe your journey can inspire others, too, Anna. You have this light about you. Anna felt her cheeks heat, surprised by the compliment. She had always struggled to see her own worth, often feeling lost among others with such vibrant testimonies. Thank you, she said softly. I'm still figuring things out, though. That's exactly it. Everyone is on their journey, and it's in these shared experiences that we grow. You have so much potential to be a beacon of hope for someone else, Lily replied, her encouragement wrapping around Anna like a comforting blanket. As they continued talking, Anna's heart swelled with expectation. They chatted about the group and the powerful transformations happening among its members. The descriptions ignited visions in Anna's mind, bright images of healing, growth, and faith intertwining. Each word filled her with purpose, each syllable a promise of what could be. When the conversation finally came to a close, Anna felt renewed. She had never anticipated such a swift turn of events, as if God had orchestrated it all along. Her fears transformed into a sense of yearning to connect, inspire, and be a part of something greater than herself. As she hung up, the room felt charged with divine energy. The journey she had yearned for was finally unfolding. As days turned into weeks, she eagerly prepared to join the mentoring group. Yet still, a whisper in her heart nudged her to seek clarity. Would she truly find the strength to face her own shadows as she sought to be a light for others? The thoughts lingered, a gentle reminder of the sacred path she was embarking upon. The first meeting approached, excitement reaching a crescendo in her spirit. Each moment felt like a divine stepping stone leading her further into unknown waters. The questions remained. What stories would she encounter? How would her heart change through this new phase of her journey? As she put her phone down, Anna felt that palpable sense of anticipation once again. Something extraordinary awaited her beyond the mundane. She looked up at the sunset, spilling golden light through her window, a vivid reminder of hope and new beginnings. Sensing the divine momentum beneath her feet, she whispered a prayer, committing the path ahead to God. What awaited her in that meeting? Would her own unraveling lead to the divine purpose she longed to fulfill? The mysteries of her future loomed vibrantly, and she felt the fluttering in her spirit, a divine invitation to take the first step. What would she discover in the embrace of community and shared faith? The day had finally arrived, and Anna stood before her mirror, adjusting her hair nervously. The air felt alive, buzzing with the anticipation of new beginnings. She took a deep breath, anchoring herself in the moment. Her heart raced at the thought of meeting new faces, each with their own story of struggle and triumph. Just be yourself, she whispered to her reflection, and let God lead. As she made her way to the community center, the sunset painted the sky in hues of purple and gold, echoing the beauty of transformation she yearned for in her life. With each step, she felt a weight lift, turning the tide of her doubts. She envisioned herself among others, sharing and receiving in a circle of grace. Upon arrival, Anna was welcomed with open arms. The enthusiastic chatter wrapped around her like a warm embrace. Women of all ages filled the room, sharing laughter that rang like bells, each note echoing the joy of community. Lily spotted her right away and waved, a broad smile illuminating her face. "Anna, I'm so glad you made it," Lily exclaimed, enveloping her in a hug. "Let us get settled. I think you'll love what we have planned for tonight." As they gathered in a circle, Anna felt a spark of something divine flicker in the air. The leader of the group, a wise woman named Ruth, opened the meeting with a prayer that resonated deeply within her heart. "Lord," she began, "we come together tonight as vessels of your light, seeking connection and encouragement in our journeys." Anna closed her eyes, absorbing the warmth of the moment. The power of collective prayer wrapped around her like a tapestry of faith, inviting her into the shared experience. They began sharing their stories, and she listened, enraptured by the raw honesty that filled the room. One woman spoke of battles with addiction, and another shared how faith had restored her broken marriage. Each narrative held struggles, yes, but also redemption and hope. The threads of pain became the fabric of their strength. Wounds turned into wisdom. Anna felt her heart swell. Every word struck a chord, resonating like echoes of her own turmoil. It was Anna's turn, and she hesitated, fear rising in her chest like a tide. What was her story? Would her fears come spilling out uncontrolled, bringing her shame? But something shifted within her, a gentle nudge to speak from the heart. "I'm still in the middle of finding my path," she said, her voice trembling yet earnest. "I struggle with feelings of worthlessness sometimes, but I want to grow through this through faith to help others not feel alone." A hush fell over the group, and Anna encountered eyes filled with understanding and compassion. Sisterhood wrapped around her as they offered words of encouragement. "You're not alone in this," someone said softly. "We're all here to uplift each other." As they continued to share, Anna felt moments of healing wash over her. It was as though a light had burst forth in the recesses of her spirit. Each story wove a thread of connection, revealing an intricate web of divine love. When they broke into small groups for prayer, Anna found herself clasping hands with women who were equally searching and fragile. Tears fell, laughter rang out, and hearts melded into one joyous chorus of faith-hope-filled prayers. Through the community, Anna began to understand that her journey mattered. Just as the meeting concluded, Lily turned to her with twinkling eyes. "Tonight was just the beginning, Anna. There's so much we can discover together." Anna felt a divine urgency stir within her, a realization that something astonishing awaited her in this new life. But what exactly would that truth reveal? What doors would God swing open as she leaned into the uncertainty of her own heart? With every question hanging sweetly in the air, Anna felt like she was standing at the edge of something profound. A promise was brewing, urging her to delve deeper into the mysteries of faith and community. What transformation would unfold next? The air was thick with possibility as Anna walked away from the community center, her heart still buoyed by the warmth of connection. She felt lighter, as though she had shed layers of doubt and despair, revealing a new spirit. The embers of enthusiasm and expectancy glowed within her. She wondered what God was assembling in her life. That night, Anna lay in bed, staring at the ceiling with thoughts swirling like leaves in the autumn breeze. The voices of the women echoed in her mind. Each story etched itself into her soul, reshaping her understanding of strength and vulnerability. She recalled the raw honesty of the woman who spoke of addiction, eyes glazed yet bright with determination. The narratives danced around, each mingling together, becoming a collective testimony of resilience. Anna began to grasp the profound truth that others' journeys could guide her own path. Morning light filtered through her window, offering a new day another opportunity. She sensed an invitation to delve deeper into her spirit. That day, she decided to take a walk in a nearby park, a lovely haven where nature thrived in colorful glory. It was there that she would seek clarity. As she strolled along the path, the sun illuminated the tree branches, creating a canopy that beckoned her into the embrace of nature. She sat on a bench, inhaling the crisp air, and closed her eyes. In the stillness, she listened. What was God saying to her heart? Open your heart. Anna, she felt a whisper, gentle yet firm. You are not merely meant to receive, but to give. The stirring within her grew stronger. She thought of the pain she had felt. It was time to transform that pain into purpose. The very experiences that had once shackled her could now be turned into a sanctuary for others. She yearned to be a beacon of hope, just like the women had been for her the night before. Suddenly, a young girl approached, skipping along with a bright smile. Hello, she chirped, her joy contagious. Anna couldn't help but smile back. Hi there, Anna replied, her heart lighting up. How effortlessly children radiated warmth. The girl plopped down and began sharing her dreams of becoming an artist. Her carefree spirit filled the air, and in those moments, Anna felt as though the world had stopped, allowing her to taste the sweetness of simple interactions. Dreams are meant to be shared, Anna said, jolted into thought. She recalled a passage from the letters of Paul, that our stories and gifts are meant to uplift others. The exchange sparked inspiration. I want to create a space for stories, Anna declared to the girl. A gathering where others can share their journeys, too, like the evening we had last night. As the girl nodded excitedly, Anna's vision crystallized. She could build a circle of hope, cultivatable joy, and shared experiences, drawing strength from the community and reinforcing it through her vulnerability. Walking home, excitement bubbled in her chest. She picked up her phone and texted Lily. What if we organized a storytelling event? She awaited Lily's response with bated breath, the thrill of new beginnings igniting her spirit. The reply came like a gust of fresh wind. Yes. Let's meet to brainstorm. This new chapter dawned over her, casting shadows of doubt away as the sun climbed higher. Anna realized that guiding others through the experiences of hardship could also lead to her transformation. But what would this new project demand from her heart? Was she prepared to open that door wide, allowing others in, and confront her past along the way? As possibilities unfolded in the vibrant tapestry of her mind, Anna felt a sacred nudge, and it was clear she was stepping into a divine calling. Standing on the brink of stepping out in faith, she marveled at the journey ahead. Little did she know, the unfolding stories would weave deeper connections than she ever imagined. What unexpected turns awaited her on this path of healing and sharing? The following day dawned bright and full of promise. Anna awakened with purpose thrumming through her veins. The idea of forming a storytelling circle loomed large in her thoughts, and she could hardly contain her excitement. She wanted to breathe life into this vision, to create a sanctuary in which hearts could be laid bare, where laughter and tears flowed freely, mingling like sunlight through autumn leaves. As the sun edged higher, she prepared a simple breakfast, each movement echoing her determination. She could picture the gathering, a space filled with faces shining softly, all ready to share their soul stories. This was it. This was the moment she felt she had been waiting for. After breakfast, Anna met Lily at the park, a vibrant background of greens and golds welcoming their laughter. They found a spot under a grand oak tree, its strength rooted deep in the earth and its branches reaching for the heavens. The scene perfectly mirrored what they hoped to cultivate, a firm foundation of support stretching beyond what they could see. "All right, let us pour our hearts out today," Lily said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. They sketched ideas on a picnic blanket, jotting down themes and potential speakers. Their voices wove through the air, each word a prayer, an anthem of hope. "We could invite a local musician," Anna suggested, recalling the joy of melody that could resonate with broken hearts. "Yes, music has a way of opening people up," Lily agreed. "And what about a woman who survived abuse? Her story could touch so many." The conversations flowed like a stream fed by fresh rain, vibrant and alive. Each idea sharpened their vision, and soon they had a budding list of participants eager to share their journeys. In the midst of their brainstorming, Anna paused, the gentle sway of the tree catching her eye. I wasn't always this excited. I had to face a lot of fear to get here." Lily nodded in understanding. "What was it like?" As Anna spoke, memories bubbled up like water from a well. She remembered days darker than night when hope felt like a distant star. But those struggles had forged resilience in her spirit. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to lead. What if my past speaks louder than my present?" Lily reached for her hand, squeezing it gently. "Your past is part of your story. It doesn't define you, it shapes you. Sharing that will inspire others." As her friend's words settled in, Anna felt an internal shift, a recognition of the weight she had carried. She grasped the truth that vulnerability could ignite strength, not only in her, but in all the souls waiting to join their circle. Maybe that's what courage is: accepting our stories fully and allowing them to shine even in the dark. Anna mused, her heart swelling with purpose. As they finalized their plans, Anna felt a rush of gratitude. The gathering was not just an event. It was a testament to divine connection, where individual threads would weave into a richer tapestry. However, even amidst the joy, a soft uncertainty crept in. Was she truly equipped for this journey? Would she have the strength to face the stories that would spill forth from others, echoing her own struggles? As they wrapped up their meeting, the sky painted itself in hues of orange and pink. Anna marveled at the beauty that surrounded her. "Lily," she said suddenly, with a hint of seriousness, "what if we not only shared our pain, but also explored the ways of healing together? We might discover deeper truths, paths divinely revealed." Lily's eyes lit up, mirroring Anna's excitement. "Yes, let us invite that exploration into our event." Emboldened by newfound clarity, Anna felt the pull of something greater, beckoning her forward. She was stepping into a transformation not just for herself, but for others who desperately needed to hear that they were not alone. Yet, even as inspiration flowed freely, Anna couldn't shake the feeling that something unexpected lay on the other side of this journey. What would her heart discover by inviting others to share their burdens? With minds racing and hearts aligned, they made a covenant to meet again soon. But deep down, Anna sensed that the next step would demand even more of her heart than she anticipated. What would God reveal through this powerful surrender? The mystery loomed, as vast as the skies above, holding promises still cloaked in divine mist. The days turned into a flurry of activity as Anna and Lily dove deeper into their preparations. Each moment was charged with a sense of purpose, a divine call that enveloped them like a warm embrace. Friends and acquaintances began to rally behind their vision. There was an unmistakable energy in the air that whispered of spiritual transformation. One afternoon, as they painted flyers and sent out invitations. Anna noticed an increasingly familiar flutter in her chest. She shared this feeling with Lily during a break. It's like the more we prepare, the more I feel this excitement and fear intertwining, she said, her voice carrying a hint of vulnerability. Lily chuckled softly, her eyes glinting with understanding. That's the divine dance, Anna. The fear reminds us of what is at stake, but the excitement reveals the beauty of what is to come. They go hand in hand. Anna nodded, remembering a verse she had come across. Perfect love casts out fear, she murmured, feeling the weight of her own inadequacies begin to lift. She found freedom in the realization that it was okay to be scared. It was a part of the journey. Weeks passed, and murmurs about the circle spread throughout the community. Connections blossomed as souls began reaching out, eager to contribute. A musician offered to play soft melodies, while others shared their powerful testimonies of survival. Anna felt an expansive joy swelling within her. This was more than just a gathering. It felt like a divine orchestration unfolding. Yet, in the midst of this growth, Anna wrestled with unspoken doubts. She often found herself tearing at threads of uncertainty that clung to her heart. One evening, she opened her journal, pouring out her fears. What if my past stories bleed into this space and hurt others? Am I leading them to healing or burdening them further? After a moment's silence, she sensed a gentle nudge, a call to trust. The stillness whispered truths about sharing not for herself, but for collective healing. The morning of the storytelling circle arrived with the soft glow of dawn, painting the world anew. Anna stood at the venue, taking in the decorations, twinkling lights, and cozy cushions arranged under the grand oak that had been their constant companion. It felt alive, like it was bearing witness to a sacred moment. People started to arrive, each carrying their burdens and their hopes. As hearts began to mingle, Anna felt the space ring with vulnerability and bravery. She could see familiar faces and strangers come together, echoing what she had hoped for. When it was time for her to speak, she felt that familiar flutter in her chest, but this time it was laced with anticipation. Taking a deep breath, she shared her story, the truth of her fears, and the beauty of discovering faith in the cracks of her path. Every word seemed to weave a tapestry of connection among those present, revealing mirrors of their own stories reflected in hers. As they moved through the circle, sharing laughs and tears, Anna sensed something sacred in the air, an electric current of healing, hope, and new beginnings. Each testimony was a balm to the aching hearts, a harmonious blend of sorrow and joy. When the gathering drew to an end, a sense of peace wrapped around Anna. But just as she thought it was over, a woman raised her hand. Could we do this again? I feel like there is more to discover, more burdens to shed. The room buzzed with agreement, and a deeper revelation sprouted in Anna's heart. What if this was not just a one-time event, but a movement, a continuous journey into healing together? As she exchanged smiles with Lily, the weight of anticipation settled warmly over them. Was God truly inviting them into a larger story, one that transcended their initial vision? The possibilities shimmered tantalizingly in the air. What if this is just the beginning? Anna whispered as the group began to disperse, new connections and plans forming before her eyes. The divine mystery lingered, promising even greater revelations awaited them in this uncharted territory. What would this newfound journey reveal about their faith and the power of shared stories? As the days rolled into weeks, the momentum of Anna's storytelling circle grew beyond anything she ever imagined. The community surged with energy and connection, hearts laid bare and voices lifted in earnest. Each meeting bore witness to souls shedding their burdens, offering rays of hope and warmth in the shadows of shared fears. Anna stood in the center of it all, marveling at how every story told echoed her own journey, weaving a collective narration of resilience and triumph. As testimonies filled the air with life and breath, she felt the presence of something divine alive among them. On one particularly vibrant evening, Anna shared a moment of vulnerability. "I used to think being single was a punishment," she admitted, feeling the warmth of community surround her. "But now, through these connections, I realize it's a season of preparation, a divine unveiling of purpose." Her words landed softly among the gathered souls. Heads nodded, tears sparkled in eyes, and the spirit of encouragement warmed the room. "You are not alone in this," someone shouted, the sentiment echoing through their sacred space. As the circle continued to expand, they welcomed local guest speaker survivors of unimaginable trials who spoke of heartbreak, recovery, and the transformative power of faith. Each name shared sparked a resurgence of empowerment among those attending. The evening air crackled with a holy energy that lifted every weary heart. One night, after a particularly moving session, Anna and Lily sat in the quieting aftermath. The twinkling fairy lights draped overhead and laughter still echoed softly. "Can you believe how far we've come?" Anna marveled, gratitude swelling in her chest. "Yes, and imagine where this could lead." Lily beamed. "We're building a foundation for something truly sacred." Anna, heart racing, felt an even deeper calling forming within her. What if we shared our circle beyond these walls? What if we recorded some of these stories and created a platform for others who feel alone? Lily's eyes widened, excitement coursing through her. "That's brilliant. You mean to start a YouTube channel showcasing these tales of transformation?" "Exactly," Anna said, her spirit resonating with possibility. "We could reach countless people yearning for hope and community. It's time to let our light shine." With renewed fervor, they brainstormed how to bring their vision to life. They planned content, scheduled interviews, and pulled together resources. The thrill of stepping into purpose thrummed in their veins. The divine plan was unfolding before their very eyes. But in the midst of the excitement, Anna found herself facing waves of familiar doubts. What if people didn't resonate with their message? What if her voice wasn't strong enough? She sighed heavily, holding onto her journal, a comfort in times of uncertainty. "Anna, remember," Lily said gently, sensing her friend's turmoil, "it's not about perfection. It's about authenticity. Let your heart lead, and others will follow." Those words wrapped around her like a warm hug. What wisdom! She took a deep breath, embracing vulnerability instead of shying away from it. Each story, each tear, and every moment of courage was fuel for the greater purpose God was preparing her for. Finally, the day approached. With cameras set up in their familiar gathering spot beneath the oak, Anna and Lily took a deep breath and hit record. "Welcome to Stories of Hope," Anna began, her heart pounding with anticipation. Her voice trembled at first, but as she spoke, a newfound confidence began to flow through her. "Today, we're here to shed light on what it really means to navigate life as storms together." Each story shared became a lifeline of hope for those watching. Anna saw faces on their screens light up, mirroring the healing she experienced within her group. The heartfelt testimonies began to spread, captivating hearts near and far. People began reaching out, sharing their own journeys, and joining the circle Anna and Lily had woven with care. As the weeks unfurled, the channel grew quickly. Soon people began to leave comments recounting how these stories touched their lives, igniting a flame of resilience they thought had long been extinguished. "Thank you for creating this space," one viewer wrote. "I finally feel seen and heard." With each passing day, Anna's mission unfolded further. They formed outreach programs, connecting with local shelters and organizations, bringing their message of hope to those who needed it most. Then one evening, as the sun set in vibrant hues of orange and purple, Anna stood on her porch, reflecting on how far she had come. Her heart brimmed with peace as she recalled her journey, every moment of fear, every tear of longing, every ounce of doubt that had once weighed her down. Now, they were the fuel for the fire of purpose burning within her. A familiar phrase echoed in her mind. Your single journey is not a void, but a holy preparation. And here she was transformed and illuminating the path for others. In that sacred stillness, she whispered a prayer. Thank you, Lord, for guiding me through this beautiful chaos. May I continue to be a light for others, as they have been for me. And just as she finished her prayer, her phone buzzed with a new message. A viewer had reached out, hoping to share her story. Anna felt resonance in her spirit. Another divine appointment was awaiting her. This was just the beginning. Anna took a deep breath, fueled by excitement and faith, ready to follow wherever this journey would lead her next. What glorious surprises awaited her just beyond the horizon. Now is the moment for you to seize your own journey. If you felt inspired by Anna's transformative story, you need to subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss the next exclusive faith stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm, helping others who may need this message. Please comment your reactions and testimonies about this Ending Your Voice Matters. And don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this divine manifestation of hope and transformation. Together, let us illuminate the world with our stories.